What's up guys, welcome back to another weekly dose of aviation. This car getting blown away by a Boeing 747. This was a stunt for a TV show and shows how much power a plane engine really has. This airport tug caught on fire really close to a plane at an airport in India. This Airbus A330's nose gear collapsed at the gate. This plane almost hit a balloon mid-air. This guy standing behind a plane trying to take off on his own. This Boeing 737 had a bird strike while taking off. This passenger almost had a better view of the runway than the pilots when the plane landed sideways in a crosswind. These planes flying really close to each other. This jet passing by really low. This skilled helicopter pilot making a quick delivery. That's it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed. Other sources will be linked in the description as usual. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and also feel free to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links down below.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing well today. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Pilot Fisk, welcome to the chat, dude. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Mariner, welcome, dude. Thank you very much for the likes there. Thank you very much, dude. What do you think to that little video at the start there? Came across this channel actually just the other night called Lucas on YouTube. If you just search for weekly dose of aviation, you'll find his channel, and yeah, he does those videos every week. They're actually really quite interesting. Actually, a lot of clips I see in there that I don't seem to see elsewhere. So yeah, very good. All right, welcome to the chat, everybody. Anyway, Chris, welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well. Why am I so far over to the side today? Am I sat in a different place or something? There we go, that's a bit better. Chris, welcome to the chat, dude. Welcome, hope you're doing well. Chaddy, welcome. I'm doing not too bad, thank you. Not too bad. Asa, good evening, dude. Hope you're doing well, mate. Welcome to the stream. All right. So, first of all, you just have to excuse me, guys, if the energy is a little bit lower than normal today. I've had some stuff going on at home, and yeah, just to be blatantly honest with you guys, it's just yeah, I'm not feeling too great about it, but nevertheless, I'm trying to sort of plod on anyway, and you know, create some content for you guys, and we should have a pretty cool stream lined up for today. So we're going to be departing from Zurich again today. We're doing the same event that we did just over a week. I think we did it, was it 2 weeks ago now that we did the Zurich event in the CRJ where it all went a bit pear-shaped. That's what we're going to be doing today. And we're going to be departing again from there and heading over to London. And we're going to be landing at London City Airport in the Cessna Citation CJ4. Should be pretty nice. Quite a nicely suited aircraft for this airport that we're landing at. Obviously, London City, very short runway for a commercial airport, and also a very steep approach. So it should be pretty fun, pretty interesting approach, and yeah, should be a lot of fun. I'm just trying to find some on Streamlabs real quick, so just bear with me 1 second here. Cool. Okay. Chaddy, we're on the GA apron at Zurich. So gates. I'm at gate 104. There's 6 gates here. I don't think in real life they're actually on the charts. I've just had a quick look on the charts, and they're not actually there. It's just called the GA apron. But I'm at stand 104 anyway. More than welcome to join. We are going to be flying on VATSIM today. So I won't have multiplayer on, but nevertheless, I will, be flying on VATSIM. So more than welcome to join me on VATSIM, or just fly along. Anyway, entirely up to you. Thank you very much for the likes, guys, on YouTube and on Facebook. Much appreciated. Dave, good evening, sir. Hope you're doing well. And Mariner, good evening. Good evening. I'm fine, thanks. Yeah, guys, thanks for asking. It's just just things are a bit difficult, but I'll be fine. Thanks, though, guys. Thanks. All right. Let's start getting things underway. Then I'm just gonna hide the chat for a second. Pilot Fist says in Bergen, 1st of February is an event. Oh, nice. Very good. Do like flying into Bergen. I'll look out for that. Clem, welcome to the chat. Welcome. For once you're on time. Yes, welcome. All right. So let's get in then and let's have a look around. So we're in the CJ4, which it doesn't take actually quite a lot of setting up here, so let's just have a quick browse. Let's just have a look, see if there's many people here, because when we did this event last time it was absolutely chocker, wasn't it? So let's have a look. Oh god, there's something going on with the model matching here, isn't it? They're all generics. There is a lot of people here though. These are all VATSIM players, as you can see, all showing in generics. I think my VMR is not enabled. Let me just turn that on in the settings. I think I need to rerun my VMR as well, because there was some new models added on the AIG AI manager the other day, so I think I need to rerun that, but I don't think it's going to be anything too major. It's probably just up quite obscure airlines, but we do have it has sort of worked. Looks like we've got a few generics still, but we've got a Lufthansa 321 here, a Wizz Air 320, and then a Swiss 321. Oh, a big boy, a Swiss 777. Very nice. I wonder if that's the captain sim or the PMDG is flying there. We've got a Lufthansa 320. Is that 320? Yes. And then a TUI 737. Love TUI's call sign. Tomjet. Very good. Oh, look at this livery. I wonder which. Oh, it's Condor. That must be an old school Condor livery in the A320. Not seen that one before. Very good. Very good. And then we've got a FedEx. Oh, look at this guy in his FedEx 777. Fantastic. Love to see it. Look how big the 777 is compared to the little narrow bodies. That's crazy. And we've got a couple that haven't model matched, but never mind. Never mind. And then we are over here, all the way in the little corner. And in fact, I actually noticed on Google Maps there's some kind of Cessna Citation maintenance hangar here at Zurich. So yeah, pretty cool little coincidence there. What is this? I don't think I've ever seen this one before. ExecuJet and Rega. ExecuJet maintenance center. I can hear another aircraft. Oh, there's another aircraft up here. I completely forgot about this terminal. What we got? We've got a Go Air.in, a Indian airline, A320. Wow, they must be doing a fairly lengthy trip, unless that's matched wrongly. All right. I am just going to check my VPilot real quick, just to make a note of what's not matched there. So the ones that haven't matched is a CL60. So I think is that a Challenger? Challenger Bizjet maybe? I don't know. And then an A320 with BER call sign. Not sure what the BER call sign is actually. All right, fine. Excuse me. Okay, so let's have a look before we get any further. Let's go ahead and do some do a bit of a quick briefing. Haven't got too much to brief today because of the nature of the aircraft, but we can certainly have a look. All right, the commentator. Welcome to the chat, dude. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope you'll be providing some fantastic commentary today. What are you using? VPilot folder for model matching? I have AIG, but what VRM am I using? I'm using AIG as well, Chardy. Thomas Rask, welcome to the chat, dude. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, dude. I hope all is good. Okay. Right, let's have a look then. So we'll jump over to the fuzz pad and have a quick look at what we've got lined up for today. So routing here in the top left, we'll have a look at that in the actual OFP. I think that's probably easier for you guys to read, isn't it? So we're going to be flying in the Cessna Citation CJ4 registration Golf Foxtrot uniform Zulu. My own personal CJ4, obviously. We're going to be flying from Zurich to London City. Charlie 25 Charlie is the AKO code for the CJ4. And I've put half 7 as the expected departure time, so we've got plenty of time here to get underway. And then our estimated time of arrival, or landing time even, is estimated to be 9:05, and then on blocks 13 minutes past 9 Zulu time. So just over 2 hours away. Distance is 456 miles across the ground. And we're going to have a slight headwind on the way, 17 knots. Alternate is Manchester Airport, and our cruising flight level is going to be flight level 430. Right, so trip fuel is not going to be too much, only 629 kilos for the trip. Total block fuel is going to be 1.2 tons, and yeah, don't need to cover that in too much detail. Routing is as per right here. Runway 28 is currently in use at Zurich. I did check the ATIS, there is controllers on. So yeah, check the ATIS, and 280s in use currently. I don't know if they'll change that again like they did last time, but we shall see. And let's see, I think that should probably do us. We've got 5 passengers on board today, so fairly loaded up. But I think SimBrief seems to always give the very same weight and balance for the Cessna Citation, unless you change it manually, of course. But yeah, fine, no issues there. And then coming down, let's have a quick look at the weather. So the Can't keep my mouse still here. So we've got a Meta 1750, so about just over an hour ago now, actually. Winds are 200 at 4 knots. Visibility 8,000 meters. Temperature is 1 degrees. And QNH is 1032. However, we will obviously get an ATIS once we're all started up here. All right. Great stuff. We'll have a quick look at the weather charts as well. We'll have a look at the significant weather chart for the routing. As you can see, nothing en route. Very clear. In fact, it's quite rare that you see these without anything on at all. So yeah, nothing at all to worry about in terms of weather en route. And then the winds which we covered earlier, we are going to have a headwind. We've got a northwesterly wind there, as you can see from the wind barbs, very prevailing from the northwest. So yeah, fantastic. Let's have a quick look at the charts then, and we'll see what we can expect. And then we'll call for our clearance once we've got the aircraft powered on. So we're currently here at the GA apron down here, bottom right. Expecting 28 for departure, and then we're going to depart out. The taxi itself, not really too much sense in briefing it, but it's very short. We'll probably get a taxi via taxiway 1 to Alpha 1 potentially, or taxiway 1 and then 2, probably taxiway 1 all the way though, and then Alpha 1 to enter the runway. I think that makes sense, although I don't know, maybe if there's a lot of traffic, maybe he'll send us taxiway 1 and then 3 and then 4. Actually, no, I don't think that's going to work, is it? Maybe it will, I don't know. So we'll see on that one. Either way, we've got a fairly short taxi, not too much to worry about there. And then the departure itself is we're expecting the Vebit 1 Yankee departure. So we'll go ahead and brief that. Hey, someone's coming in there. Let's see who that is. Oh, we've got Thomas Rask coming in with the £10 tip. Mate, you're an absolute legend. Thank you very much. That is very generous of you. Thank you very much, Thomas. Much appreciated. Thank you. So, yeah, like I said, Vebit 1 Yankee is an RMP departure, which the CJ4 can do. Transition altitude is 7,000. Airport elevation is 1,417 feet. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. Obviously, when we departed Zurich last time, there was a bit of a crazy departure, and the CRJ struggled to fly it. I have since, you guys will be pleased to know actually, is I have since done some testing on that departure route. So, okay, number one, I posted on the Aerosoft forums about that issue, and an Aerosoft pilot did come back to me on there, and he's basically said CJ4 should be able to fly that without turning back on itself like it did to us. So that's quite good. But I also tested it in the A32NX in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I also tested it in the CJ4. The CJ4 actually was able to fly that departure pretty well. If you guys have forgotten which departure I'm talking about this one. You might remember it from that. And it's the Degez 1 Lima. And it was this turn here that the aircraft couldn't do. So the A32NX can't do that, but I'll give that a pass because the LNAV is in beta on that. And then CJ4 can do it fine. And then I also tested it in X-Plane as well, and quite surprisingly actually, the towless A319 couldn't do it, but the level up 737 could do it. So anyway, that's just a bit of a mini debrief for you guys if you're wondering about that one. I was going to do a post about it, but I thought, nah. All right, so we're going to be, when instructed, contact Zurich departure, 125955. So I'm just going to make a note. Guess I will forget that. Yeah, so we're going to be departing runway 28 or expecting that. So it's basically continue straight ahead till Zulu Hotel 540, and then we're following all of these RNAV waypoints out. Max 210 knots up until this waypoint here, and then we've got some minimum altitude constraints to meet. Following Brego. Now, the CJ4 is not going to have any issues with meeting those constraints. It climbs like an absolute champ. And I don't think we'll have too much other issues. Initial climb clearance is 5,000 feet. And so that means with the initial climb clearance being 5,000, sometimes following Brego, we can probably expect a further climb clearance, if not before. So that's the departure we're expecting. So we'll get the aircraft powered up, and we shall see if we can get our departure. All right. That is the flight today, Clem. Yes, it is. Yep. Just on this stream today, the commentator. Good stuff. Good stuff. Glad to have you anyway. Paul, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Watching on your second screen as you work. Amazing, dude. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I hope you're not working too hard as well, dude. What time have I got set, Mariner? I have got set 12:32 local time, 11:32 Zulu. Alistair, welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Chris says, flown the CJ4 once before. We'll be flying along in observer mode. Lovely stuff. Amazing, dude. All right, fantastic. So let's go ahead and get this thing started up. We've got someone here in a massive. I guess that's not model matched properly. That looks pretty out of place there, doesn't it? Let's see what aircraft he's supposed to be. Dot aircraft. Wrong command. Oh, he's supposed to be a CJ4 too, but that doesn't work on the model matching. God damn it! I need to download the BizJets for AIG. I haven't downloaded any of them. Oh well, never mind. Never mind. All right, so let's get started up then. So we'll go ahead and first of all get the battery on. We'll put the avionics to dispatch. Emergency exit lights can go to armed. Standby display. I don't think the test side works actually on this. Actually, you need to use. You have to use the new cockpit interaction system for this aircraft, don't you? Oh, I don't want the tooltips. Please, no. Off. There we go. Okay, so... What? Hold to lock. Why is that still appearing? Okay, hopefully that's the right one. There it is. Okay. Yeah, the test mode doesn't work, so we'll just turn that on anyway. That's our little standby display. Avionics is in dispatch, so we'll go ahead and come down to the CDU here, and we'll just initialize our position. So we'll use the GPS coordinates to do so, and that's all we really need to do there. What we can do is just to get better power on the aircraft, as the battery in this aircraft is known for being quite, let's say, not very long-lasting. So we'll go ahead and start the right engine. I think you're supposed to press one of these first, actually, but I believe, judging by what a real CJ4 pilot said, is doesn't actually matter. It's completely automated with a FADEC, this aircraft, so it actually you could just press those buttons, you know, however you like. Okay, great stuff. We'll turn the beacon light on then as well. Nav light and logo light. Turn the passenger signs on.
May I have your attention, please?
Ah, there isn't a view of the left engine, is there? A goddamn. There we go. She's fired up anyway. All right, let's go then to avionics to on. Put the climate control to norm, and that should do it for now. Let's go ahead and start filling out the CDU here. So we'll go first to index route menu, and we'll recall that. That's going to bring it in from SimBrief for us. Where am I flying out of? We're flying out of Zurich LS. Welcome to the chat, nevertheless. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. All right, cool. So that's the flight plan in there. All looking good. We'll execute that and... excuse me. Before I go any further, let's go ahead and speak to the controller here. So we have clearance delivery online on 121.925. There we go.
Swiss 112 Echo is fully ready. Swiss 112 Echo, contact apron 121.750. Enjoy your flight. Apron on 121.750, Swiss 112 Echo, merci, jeune Albert. Merci, les frères.
Oh, I love that you can use shorthand in this aircraft for the frequencies. Very good.
Echo Golf, Echo Sierra, Zurich departure road 28, maintain 5,000 squawk windows, and the original answer was 974.
Swiss 9074, readback is correct.
Zurich delivery, very good afternoon. Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu on the GA apron type, Charlie 25 Charlie. Requesting IFR clearance to London.
Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu, Zurich delivery, good evening. Information Oscar is current, runway 28. You're clear to London City via the David 4 Whiskey departure. Initial climb 5,000 feet, squawk 6702.
Thank you very much. Yes, we do have information Oscar. Runway 28 cleared to London City, Vebit 4 Whiskey. Initial climb 5,000, squawk 6702. Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu.
Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu. Readback is correct.
Okay, great stuff. So we've got our clearance there. Everything really as expected. So no big issues there.
Information Oscar requesting clearance to Berlin.
So Vebit 4 Whiskey.
Lufthansa 230, Zurich delivery, good evening. Information Oscar is current, runway 2.
Ah, no, actually, we briefed Vebit 1 Yankee, didn't we? So we'll go for 4 Whiskey then.
Squawk 6711.
Which is very similar. Pretty much the same constraints and almost the same fixes. So that's fine. Vebit 4 Whiskey is in. We'll execute that and we'll just set up for our arrival into London as well. So we're going to go for the ILS on 27. And we are going to expect the Sovat 1 Charlie arrival. So we'll stick that in. And then the transition is a good question.
Very good evening. Information Oscar is correct. Runway 28, cleared Berlin via the...
If I remember correctly, London City has a really, really long transition. Oh, it actually does. Yeah, we'll we'll brief that when we get to when we get there. But the transition is going to be Godlu. And we'll also execute that. Great stuff. Okay, that's all in. Let's just go ahead and check everything is in correctly. So we've got KL00, sorry, Kilo Lima Oscar 02 to Brego. Brego is 5,000 or above, 6,000 above, 7,000 or above. That's all in and fine. And there's no speed restrictions on this one apart from 250 below flight level 100. So that's fairly straightforward. Might as well log in here on Navigraph as well whilst we're here. So all right. So this is the departure we're going to be doing, guys. This is, like I said, it's just slightly different to what we had before, but not by a great lot. So it's basically a left turn to intercept the 241 radial at Brego. And then out from Brego towards these two Anna fixes, then all the way out to Vebit. So again, fairly straightforward. However, we could tune this VOR as well, just to have it 114.85. Stick that in nav 1, and that's all we really need. DB hold as well. I didn't know you could do that. Oh, key not active. You can't do it in this aircraft yet. Okay, that's fine. So Cloten VOR is tuned. And we don't need to do anything else, really. Okay, cool. So let's finish off everything in here. So we'll go back to, we'll go to the perf page, perf init. Now, we do need to load in some fuel. Where is the fuel one? Oh, it's there. So in terms of fuel, what we need is... we need a block fuel of 1.268.
On the LV310, we are ready for push and start.
That'll do, and then our payload is going to be 386.
121,750 maximum miles, and now we can bye. That's really fast.
That's close enough, so that's going to give us a takeoff weight of just over 6.2 tons. Oh, okay, that doesn't seem to match, does it? 6.6. We haven't accounted for 0.4 taxi fuel, surely. No, not even close. Alright, fine. I guess we'll reduce it slightly until we get the right total. Oh my god, I actually put the payload in wrong, didn't I? For some reason I put 586, I think, didn't I, instead of 386. There we go, that'll do. Right, that's much better. Okay, fantastic. So, if we go refresh the perf page, we should have now sensed fuel 1.2 tons. So that's perfect. Passengers, we've got 5. So 0 fuel weight, 5049, 5048, that's good enough. No worries at all. Let's go to the takeoff page, and we're just going to... I don't think you can request an ATIS through here yet, can we? Data link, ATIS, send, unavailable, okay. What about if we go to the mod settings real quick? ATIS source VATSIM. Okay, I guess it doesn't work. Copy logon code, oh, bring it on. Let's try it one more time. So we'll go to the data link. So it obviously does work in this aircraft. It just is a bit buggy. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Interesting. Okay, fair enough. Fine, no worries. Let's go back to the takeoff, and I'll just grab the ATIS here on VPilot. So the winds are going to be wind calm. So let's leave that out. Temperature is 0 degrees. Let's actually double check that. You can see here 0 degrees. And then the QNH 1032, which is already in because I've set that already on here. So that's good. That's all in. Great stuff. And I don't think you can actually put in any of this information yet. Oh, you actually can. Okay. Oops. So the runway slope for 28 is actually a slight downslope. So we'll put minus. It's not much. I'm just guessing. Can you put in a minus? Yep, you can. Minus 0.1. That is just a total guess, by the way, guys. Probably not right. Anyways, next page. Anti-ice is going to be on for takeoff. We're going to use flaps 15, and our takeoff weight is 6.2. Yep, that's fine. Great stuff. So our V-speeds are all there. Let's send those then to here. They're all popping up here in magenta. Great stuff. Okay, so that's everything into the CDU here. So that's set up and ready to go. Let's close this upper menu. Okay, so let's do a checklist. So before starting engines and starting engines, we've actually already done all that. So let's just run through them just in case. We might as well go ahead whilst we're here and just start the left engine. Andy, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Good to see you. Mariner's just popping for stand F, hoping to join. Yeah, cool. No worries, Mariner. I hopefully I'll catch you shortly. Harry, yes, it is indeed. Zurich. George Lumpkin, welcome to the chat, dude. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Happy to catch a stream on the way home from work. Fantastic, fantastic. Good chance to start learning the CJ4. Certainly is, dude. Certainly is. Yeah, it's a fantastic aircraft, this, and really, really, really shines in this sim. Working Title have done an absolutely fantastic job with it. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of this aircraft. Big fan. Okay, so let's go ahead and run the checklist. So, before starting engines, this is mostly all going to be irrelevant, but let's see. Battery switch was on. How do I do this? There we go. Emergency lights armed. Standby flight display switch on. Avionics dispatch. We did that. Parking brake is set. Wheel chocks are removed. Cabin door is closed. Passenger briefing. We haven't done that, but we'll just leave that. Seats, belts, pedals. Good to go. Exterior lights as required. ICAS checked. FMS checked and set. Climate control selector is off. Obviously, we turned that to norm once we started the engines. So that checklist is complete. So starting engines, everything was good there. External power disconnected. We didn't even use external power anyway. And we are looking good. So electrical system is all fine. Fantastic. So that is the after start checklist complete. So we'll go ahead, and I think we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Let's turn the flight directors on. We're going to set our initial climb to 5,000 feet here. There we go. And that's it. We're going to use the takeoff mode in the aircraft, so we don't need to set a any kind of vertical or lateral mode currently. All I'm going to do, though, is come in and actually just change the flight director here, because it's changed itself back to this dual queue type jobby here. Not dual queue, this, I don't know what you would call that actually. But I'm going to go ahead and change that one. I believe you can change it in here. Config. Flight director's V bar, we'll change that to a dual Q or X pointer as it is in here. So that's it. Meters altitude, we don't want angle of attack, we'll have on. And we'll go ahead and turn our bearing source on as well for VOR1. There we go. Just for a bit of spatial awareness for the departure. And we'll leave the weather radar and terrain display. We'll leave that off for now. I suppose we could put the terrain on, couldn't we? Right here.
Good evening. Information Oscar is current. Runway 28 cleared Berlin via the DG's 3.
It's very difficult to see the line with the terrain display on there, isn't it? I might actually turn that off. All right, cool. We'll stick our squawk in as well. Forgotten to do that. So squawk is 6702. We'll stick that in here. And I'm just going to check the next page. Flight ID is good, and we'll come to here. We'll set TCAS to above only. And everything else is fine.
Lot 78 Zulu, stand by. I will call you.
All right. Andy, greetings, sir. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday to you too. Hope you're doing well. Manacle, welcome to the chat, dude. Welcome, dude. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome. I'd call it a chevron. Yeah, it is a bit like a chevron, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we're all started up and ready to rock. Let's get our clearance to taxi. Let's see how long we've got to wait today. You guys may remember last time that it took absolutely forever to get our taxi clearance. Our colleagues disappeared here. We've got an idle vice taxi into the runway there. That's very cool, isn't it? And we've got an EasyJet over there as well. Beautiful. All right. Oh, we can also just we can also bring up our charts, can't we, for this aircraft? So let's just select those. Usually it selects them automatically based on what you've already selected. Interesting. I've had this issue before and I'm not sure exactly what it was that I did to fix it. Let's go ahead. We'll just hide the checklist for now. Oh, that's interesting. We've got an oil pressure, and a starter ICAS message. Oh, the left engine hasn't fully started. Oh, I didn't actually press this button, did I? Nice one. I wondered why it didn't make much sound when it started up. Oh, dear. Right, so let's try charts. And then lower menu. It usually pre-populates all of the details here with your departure and arrival based on your flight plan, but it hasn't done that for me today. There was a way that you could force it to do it, but I honestly can't remember how I used to do it. I'm sure it was like holding down on one of the buttons, but I can't seem to make that happen right now. That's a bit sad. Interesting.
Zurich Delivery, schönen guten Abend, Lufthansa 2 Charlie Mike with information.
All right. I'll tell you what I'll do then real quick is we'll just go to our mod settings and I'm just going to just click this again.
Initial climb 5,000 feet. Squawk 1,000.
Okay, so that's redone. We'll go back to the charts page. Lower menu. No, still doesn't work. Oh, that's a bit sad, isn't it? Oh. Okay, it's actually working now. But it hasn't pre-populated. That's interesting. Let's just escape off it. And we'll come back to the... We'll remove that. Bring it back up. Lower menu. it hasn't. I guess maybe I needed to relink the Navigraph before actually doing this. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the 10.9 on here, which is that one. So that's that right there. Very good. Our departure is the Vebit 4 Whiskey. Like so. So we'll go ahead and bring up this one for now. Great stuff. We'll just close it off actually. We've got some more checklists to run in a moment. I think I've ticked some of these by accident. Right. Okay. Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu, GA apron, ready for push and start.
Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu, contact apron on 121.750. Enjoy your flight.
121750 for Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu. Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too, thank you. Straight ahead.
I'm just going to request taxi because I am actually started up and we don't need to push back here. Alright, let me just grab the tower frequency real quick. 1181.
Easy 329, give way to the Airbus A320 in front.
And we're also going to put the departure in as well. Now, I'm not sure if these buttons work in here. Oh, they do. That's fantastic. Except it's receive on both. You can't push them in for some reason. You can only... Yeah, you can't pull this one out, unfortunately. None of these work. Mute. I wonder if that mute one actually works. Interesting. You can actually transmit on the COM2, which is nice, but it's always listening on both, which is an issue because I don't want that. Alright, we'll just stick with using one because that's just going to be a bit simpler. Zurich ground, good evening. Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu on the GA apron. Request taxi.
Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu, Zurich apron. Hello, confirm you already started up your engines.
A-firm, engine's already started. Yep, ready for taxi.
Engine number 2, and I just finished pushback.
Oh, I think I blocked.
Zulu Zulu, taxi holding position, Papa 2.
Taxi holding position, Papa 2, Golf Zulu Zulu.
Slot 78 Zulu, say again.
Sorry, I messed up the call sign.
Okay, great stuff. So we're going to Papa 1.
Roger.
Which I have no idea where it is. We'll check that out in a second. So let's do before taxi checklist. So avionics switch is on. Climate control is norm. Passenger signs are on. Trims are checked and set. You can see we're in the green band here. I might just give it a little bit more nose down. Flight controls, we'll do a quick check here. Let's have a quick look outside, see if we can see. So full left, full right. We can't see the elevator, unfortunately. The T-tail, full left, full right, full up and down. We'll bring on here. Full up. Oh, it doesn't actually, this is just trim, so it doesn't actually show you. But I suppose in the real aircraft, then what you would do is you would actually show you would actually just do a bit of this. Okay, so that is all good to go. And then rudders, full left, full right, back to neutral, fantastic. Okay, so we'll get our taxi light on. Flight controls are checked. Speed brakes are checked. Actually, we can just double check those right here. They're working okay. Very good animations. Very good animations. Flaps set to 15. Hydraulic pressure. I don't think that's simulated. So checked. Engine only anti-ice is on. Takeoff data is set. Avionics are set. Autopilot is set. Altimeter is set. Pressurization is set. ICAS checked. Aft divider doors latched open before taxi checklist complete. And we are going to just complete the taxi checklist because that is all okay as well. Okay, let's go. Taxi into Papa 1. So that is, like I said, don't really have a clue. Let's have a look. Papa 1 is just here. Okay, so just taxi via taxiway 1 and then to Papa 1. Easy enough. All right, let's do it. Parking brake released. And we're just going to taxi straight forwards here. Close your eyes.
Good night. Good evening. Bye-bye. Goodbye.
I don't think this is actually a taxiway down the middle here, but I'm winging it. Is it drawn on? Oh, it is actually drawn on. It is part of the taxiway.
737 Zurich Airport EGLC taxi, gate Alpha 57 via Juliet. Gate Alpha 57 via Juliet with 737.
So you can see we're here. We're taxiing to Papa 1, which is just by Alpha 1, just there. Sticking to the right. And we'll probably get past to the tower any second there. I wonder what this building is here. And I'm far too used to taxiing an A320, as you can see. I'm taking my turns very wide. Papa 1 just here to the right. I guess this line going straight across is the actual holding point. I think.
Lot 78 Zulu, hold position.
Holding position, lot 78 Zulu.
And 3737, you can turn left into...
Okay, parking brake set. We're not really on the line there, but it's a bit of a tough one. Very close to this blast shield. Oh, there's Papa 1. I'm an idiot.
And lot 78 Zulu, when clear of this way 737, continue taxi.
Copy, clear of traffic, continue taxi, lot 78 Zulu.
Guys, I'll catch up with any chat messages once we get underway here.
VisiJet 256, Zurich Airport EGLC, report you stand preference.
Alright, to go to the general aviation apron.
VisiJet 256, Roger, taxi GA sector 1 via Yankee.
Sector 1 via Yankee, VisiJet 256.
There's that beautiful Condor. Alright, parking brake set. I'm just going to do this because it's far easier to see the aircraft instruments that on.
Hold short that way, that was your friend.
George, take it easy, dude. No worries at all. Thank you very much. Enjoy your dinner. Curious if it's possible to land a DC-6 in London City. It probably is, to be fair. Probably is. You'd have to use probably much lower power setting than normal, though. And you would probably have to get your flaps out very early. But probably possible, yeah. I mean, it lands at quite a low speed, doesn't it? About 100 knots, so... I would have thought so. It's not a huge aircraft either, is it? Because, you know, London City's not a big airport. It should be fine, really. They get A318s in there, don't they? They get Embraer 195s. A220s even, which are all about the similar size, if not a bit bigger. So, yeah, I imagine so.
Negative, so that's not possible with timing, sorry. Calum 67 Yankee, no problem. Push and start approved, facing west. CGP, Roger, Lufthansa 1 Lima West, and Alpha 17, request of push and start. Lufthansa 1 Lima Hotel Apron, hello, push and start approved, facing east. Approved, facing east, Lufthansa 1 Lima Hotel, thank you.
It's much quieter than last time by the looks of things, isn't it, guys? Quite busy, though. A lot of movements. We'll go ahead and get our departure chart up here as well.
Zulu contact tower 118.7, bye-bye.
118.7, thank you, goodbye, left Zulu.
Oh, was that...
Zulu contact tower 118.1.
Tower on 118.1, Golf Zulu Zulu. Zurich Tower, good afternoon. Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu, we're holding at Papa 1.
Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu, Zurich Tower, hello, hold position, I don't know how far the aircraft in front is rolling, I'll call it back. Break, Swiss 59 Golf Whiskey.
Holding position.
0 degrees 1 knot, traffic is about to vacate. Runway 14, clear to land, vacate, hotel 2.
Runway 14, and take you to 2 Golf Whiskey.
Traffic front should start taxi shortly. Contact apron 121.750.
Not sure what livery this one is.
750,
Not sure what livery this is.
Foxtrot uniform Zulu Zulu, line up runway 28 and wait.
Line up runway 28 and wait, Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu. Bit of a mouthful to say is that call sign, isn't it?
Condor 3, Mark Foxtrot, contact departure 130.
Okay, parking brake is released. Let's taxi onto the runway and wait as instructed. Let's get the weather radar on this side. Not that we'll need it, but we'll taxi on.
Hello, Fuel 48, Zurich Tower, hello again. Cross runway 28 and Juliet is approved. On the other side, contact apron 121.47.
Okay, before takeoff checklist, ice protection system is checked. Rudder bias is checked. I don't believe you can actually do that in this aircraft currently. Seats are upright and outboard. Flaps are set to 15. Speed brakes are 0. Oh, what just happened? Speed brakes are 0. Trim is set for takeoff. Crew briefing is complete. TCAS is TARA. Come on. Radar is as required. GA button is pushed. As you can see, takeoff mode enunciated. Oh, come on, move. What is going on? Don't know why yet. Aircraft. Runway 28, clear for takeoff. Golf Zulu Zulu. Okay, GA button is pushed. Battery amps are checked. Ice protection system as required. Pitot heat, we can turn that on as well now. Exterior lights are set and ICAS is checked before takeoff. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Right, okay. We're going up some speed now. Let's just let it roll. We'll get the landing lights on and the pulse lights on. There we go. Great stuff. Push forward a little bit on the stick and let's go. Full power. V1 and rotate. And we're off. Super quick this aircraft. Bit of trim up. Let's put LNAV 1 to armed.
Golf Zulu contact departure 130 decimal 550, bye bye.
130-550 Golf Zulu Zulu. Okay, flaps up.
78 Zulu, now you are cleared to line up. Line up runway 28 and wait.
Get the autopilot in.
Lining Takeoff runway 28. Sorry.
And we're going to go to flight level change.
Juliet, runway 28.
And we're going to reduce to climb power.
Zurich Tower, hello again. Cross runway.
We'll get the gear up as well. That'd probably be a good idea, wouldn't it? God, it all happened so quickly in this aircraft. So departure frequency 135225. Oh no, we're about to overspeed. Great stuff.
Altitude. X-ray Syria Tower, good evening. Wind is calm, runway 14, clear to land. Next time, listen please to the frequency before transmitting. Your step down the pilot. Fast go.
Alpha Kilo 230.
230, fast go.
Alright, there we go. Zurich departure, Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu is level at 5,000 on the Vebit 4 whiskey.
Golf Zulu Zulu, wonderful evening. You're on the wrong frequency. Airways, I want to stop. You climb level 80 and go to the right frequency, 13055.
Sure, no problem yet. My apologies. Climb flight level 80 and go into 13055. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go to flight level 80. That was my bad there. So 8,000 is set. We'll go to flight level change and 240 knots on the speed. And it's just wanting to try and burn off that extra speed before it accelerates any further.
Right.
So 13055. Zurich departure, very good evening. Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu is at 5,000 climbing to flight level 80.
Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu, Zurich departure, good evening. Climb flight level 120.
Climb flight level 120, Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu Zulu. Okay, so we're going to 120, and let's go back to climb power now so we can continue the climb. What is it doing? Why is it not why is it not going into flight level change? Flight level change. Speed 240.
Whiskey, departure passing 3,400 for altitude 5,000.
London 780, Zurich departure, good evening. You're identified to climb flight level 120.
Come on. It's not pitching the nose up when I'm adding power. Why is that? It's just increased. Bleh. Let's go to standard pressure anyway. We've cleared up to a flight level. Autopilot disconnect. Autopilot reconnect. Flight level change for the third time.
Windmill 15 Tango Papa Zurich, arrival, good evening, descent flight level 100, speed 250 knots.
It's not doing it. It's refusing to climb in flight level change.
Golf Zulu Zulu, climb flight level 120.
Climbing 120. Golf Zulu Zulu. Alright. Let's just go to vertical speeds. I'm going to put in 3,800 feet per minute. There we go. Climb power, and we'll just adjust the vertical speed to hold that 240 knots. Turn the logo lights off. Forgot to turn the strobe lights off. Look at that climb rate. 5,000 feet per minute, 240 knots.
Windmill 15 Tango Papa, yeah, we are actually Emirates if you're going to 1434, so it's on the edge.
Yes, I currently...
That's so weird. I mean, I have had some issues with flight level change before in this aircraft, but nothing too major. Right, okay, we're settled in now. I'm just going to try it one more time. There we go, it seems to be working now. Let's see if it pitches down. Yes, it's working, there we go. Okay, 240 knots. We're in the climb detent. We're looking good. Let's go. Buttery smooth frames now after we're away from that airport. I feel like that airport has some optimization to be done on it. It's a little bit janky on the frame rate. Very nice.
Altitude.
Very good, very good. Let's bring the throttles back as we come for a level off here.
Flight level 80, turn left right, heading 15.
Right sending 150. Continue descent flight level.
Just kind of keeping the speed around 250, 240 knots until we get further climb clearance. 12805 Golf Zulu Zulu. Thank you. Have a good evening.
78 Zulu, contact Swiss radar 128.05, clear flight, bye-bye. Leipzig 255, Swiss radar, hello, identified. Break Echo 005, descent flight level 130.
Descending flight level 130, Echo 005.
Swiss 967, flight level 130. Swiss 967, report position. Swiss 967, contact Zurich arrival, you're on the wrong frequency. Swiss 460, contact Zurich arrival, 135, decimal 225, goodbye.
Look at this fog down here. It's so milky looking, isn't it? It's almost got no texture to it at all.
Swiss radar, Musketeer 320 with you inbound Ibini, 300 knots.
Please radar, looking up and slot turning to...
Wow, this frequency is busy.
Okay, traffic calling first, is it Mike, Quebec, Musketeer, 3 Kilo Yankee, confirm?
Hey, sir.
Musketeer 3 Kilo Yankee, Swiss radar, hello, runway 34, cleared, relax, 2 Alpha, arrival.
Runway 34 cleared, relax, 2 Alpha, arrival, Musketeer 3 Kilo Yankee.
Echo 005, contact Zurich arrival, 135, decimal 550, goodbye.
Sorry, frequency again for Echo 005.
130, decimal
I'm just listening, guys.
130, 550, thank you, bye-bye.
Straight out, let's easy 49 in Quebec Papa.
Easy 49 Quebec Papa, Swiss radar, hello, runway 34, Bravo Lima Mike 3 Golf arrival, descent.
Oh, apparently I can't receive on this anymore, this one.
130 and runway 34 now with Bravo Lima.
Oh, if you turn the volume down, it actually turns the receive off. Oh, that's actually quite good.
And flight level 170.
Descent 170, Musketeer 3 Kilo Yankee.
Swiss radar, good afternoon. Golf Foxtrot uniform Zulu Zulu, flight level 120 inbound Lasson.
Okay, all stations stand by.
Look at the mountains down here. Oh.
Okay, in the order, first, lot 78 Zulu, Swiss radar, hello, identified, climb flight level 240.
Climbing flight level 240, lot 78 Zulu.
Golf Foxtrot uniform Zulu Zulu, Swiss radar, hello, identified, climb flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, Golf Foxtrot uniform Zulu Zulu. Alright, there we go. We've got further climb clearance to 240. And we're going to go FLC. And we're going to wind this back to 240 knots.
7764 inbound Ibini, flight level 180.
Yeah, hello.
It's so hard to get it spot on. So there we go. Andy, it shouldn't need to be in the climb detent, no, to activate flight level change. As you can see, it's working now. It is climbing. And as you can see, what will happen is once it gets close to 240 knots, it'll start to pitch the nose to match the thrust. So if I put in more thrust now, it should start to pitch the nose up.
Runway 34, relax 24, say again.
Relax 2 Alpha, hold at Aniki.
I'm bringing the thrust up.
Relax 2 Alpha, hold at Aniki, Eurowing 7764.
And there we go. We're in the climb detent. And there we go. There goes the nose coming up. So it should work regardless of whether it being in the climb detent or not.
Austrian 1175, are you on frequency?
Hello, Austrian 1175.
Austrian 1175, Swiss radar, hello, runway.
The knobs in this aircraft need a little bit of a rework. It seems to be... it always goes just a little bit too quick. A little bit too quick. Alright, so we're looking good. We are out of the clouds, so we'll turn the engine anti-ice off. We'll go ahead and turn the pulse lights and the safety lights off as well.
Condor 3 Mike Foxtrot. Monitor line on 1.
There we go.
2, goodbye.
Beautiful. Look at this fog though. That looks crazy, doesn't it? Like a temperature inversion. Alright, alright. Fantastic. There we go. So a little bit of a headwind at the moment. And we're off. And we're off. It was a bit...
okay, so...
not a bad departure, I didn't think.
3751.
However, I did forget the gear. And I also... no, I just forgot...
Radar, Quebec Papa, hold at you got our check-in about 2 minutes ago.
Hold it, EV49
yeah, I forgot the gear and then we oversped, but the overspeeding was not really my fault. I blame the aircraft for that.
130.550 EV49
So it's 3751. Hold at equal.
We climbed so quick in this aircraft, the controllers can't keep up. I bet we're going to level off before we get further clearance here. We're going all the way up to 430, guys, so still got a fair way to go yet.
Luxair 8362, contact Swiss radar 134.
This little patch of snow over here.
Sounds like a Swiss radar 134,
Your wings 24.
There we go, leveling off again.
2 Alpha arrival, hold at Aniki. Zero 31, Swiss radar, hello. Descent flight level 190. Runway 34, relax 2 Alpha arrival. Hold.
Relax 2 Alpha arrival. I like the sound of that one.
Alpha arrival, hold at Aniki and runway 34 and descent flight level 197.
Austrian 1175, descent flight level 150.
Descent flight 150 to moment 75.
Golf Foxtrot Uniform Zulu Zulu requests further climb.
Further descent.
Ah, bugger, I spoke over someone.
24 Golf, descent flight level 160. Eurowings 24 Golf, descent flight level 160.
We'll get some more clearance someday. We're too fast.
Leipzig 255, descent flight level 200.
Flight level 200, Leipzig 255. Number 940, Delta Tango, flight level 210, inbound Garmo, flight 9.
November 90, Delta Tango, runway will be by arrival, cleared Garmo 1 Hotel, arrival, descent flight level 130.
We can go ahead and turn off the bearing source for number 1 now as well. Don't think this controller heard me earlier. I'll have to have another word.
Zurich radar is look and sorry, my same craft. We connected inbound Coral and timing flight level 240.
Lot 78 Zulu, that's very bad for an event like this to reconnect in the middle of the sky. There is an aircraft just behind you. Climb flight level 240.
Wilco coming from 40 and I'm sorry for that.
Golf Foxtrot Uniform Zulu Zulu, request further climb.
120.
Lock someone again.
Okay, there is a lot going on. Sorry, I missed the course, but anyway, you are Austrian 1175. Contact Zurich arrival 135.225.
Arrival 135.225, option 175, goodbye.
Golf Foxtrot Uniform Zulu Zulu, contact us 123, 128.3.
128.3 Golf Foxtrot Uniform Zulu Zulu.
Swiss 3751, contact arrival 1. Select Farman Tango, bonsoir, turn left, direct Elbeck,
Who am I speaking to here? Who am I going to speak to now?
Right direct Elbeck and say again the level, FedEx 49 Tango.
Reims.
7,000 feet.
Right direct Elbeck and 7,000 feet, FedEx 49 Tango.
Reims Centre, very good evening. Golf Foxtrot Uniform Zulu Zulu, flight level 240, inbound Torpor.
Golf Zulu Zulu, bonsoir, climb level 430.
Climb flight level 430, Golf Zulu Zulu. Alright, there we go. We're going all the way up, guys. All the way up. 430. Let's go. Flight level change. Speed 240. And let's go back in with the climb power. There we go. Climb power set. Let's go. Let's go. Wow, look at all this fog around there. This is crazy. It looks a bit strange though, do you not think? It's just totally just smooth. Okay, so we're cleared up to our final cruising flight level. Let's do another check. I'm not sure if there's an after takeoff checklist in this aircraft, but let's find out. So throttles for takeoff don't necessarily need to do. Okay, so after takeoff climb, landing gear is up, flaps are 0. Throttles are in climb, yaw damper is on, ice protection systems as required, passenger lights are off, landing lights off, pressurization we can assume that's okay, and the altimeters are set to standard. After takeoff checklist complete. Alright, we're out of here, guys. We are out of here. Let's have a look. I know working title recommends the new interaction mode, but I really hate it. Legacy for me. Use the Navigraph toolbar. Yeah, fair play. Yeah, fair play, Andy. Yeah, I mean, literally, I think the only reason they recommend that is for this right here. I think it's that's the only button in here that I can find that doesn't work as expected in the legacy mode. So yeah, you can get by quite easily without the the new one on. Synchrony, welcome to the chat, dude. I hope you're well. Yeah, apparently they do recommend it, but yeah, like I say, I think it's only this that is affected. Actually, I know there's this button as well that's different, but that works fine on Legacy, I think. But just so you can move your charts around like that, basically, that's about it. But yeah, the new one is to be honest, it is pretty horrendous, isn't it? I hate the way that it highlights everything like this. It's just totally unnecessary. But I will say that I do kind of like the way it works. How you can grab a button and then you can kind of just move your mouse left and right to wind it. I do quite like that, but it is a bit imprecise, and if they tweaked that so it was a little bit more precise, I think that would actually be quite. Say again, direct for Golf Zulu Zulu. Okay, so, direct Vasan for Golf Zulu Zulu, thank you. Alright, so Vasan, we're going to put it in the scratch pad there and then just put it all the way up here. at the top, and that's going to give us a nice direct there. Let's see how far that's going to take us. It's going to cut off quite a large portion of our route there, so we'll go executes. Boom. And then we've got a discontinuity here for the arrival, which we'll sort out now. Alright, great stuff. And we're off to the races. Mach 0.64 now on the flight level change. And we're going high. Great stuff. Great stuff. Gritty Man, welcome to the chat, dude. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. George is back. Welcome back, dude. I hope you're doing well. With your in-flight soup and croutons. Fantastic. Sounds lovely. Love a good crouton. Please no turbulence. Yeah, we're not actually. We're actually expected quite a smooth ride across to the UK. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Chicken pad thai, the commentator over tea. Very nice, very nice. I had a late lunch today, so I haven't actually had any tea yet. I'm gonna be having something after tea, I think, after the stream. Sorry. That's one of the main things that bugged me. If they tweak it and get rid of the colour on the button, I could see myself using. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I might be the same. Yeah, like I say, if they made it a bit more precise, then yeah, that'd be actually quite good. Although having said that, I don't like the fact that you have to, like, for example, if you're using one of these dials here, what I don't like is how if you want to select something, you have to basically hold down with the left mouse button and then right click, which is you just want to be able to click, don't you? But you can't do that. Okay, and we're on our way, guys. Great stuff. So looking on VATSPy, we actually have full coverage all the way to London, which is quite cool. We should get some coverage coming into London City as well, which should be very enjoyable indeed.
68 Romeo, is it okay if we bump up our speed to approximately...
Very nice. So we're climbing out here at flight level 400 almost. Getting very, very high. Getting high on the stream.
Ream Shamrock 68 Romeo, is it okay if we increase our speed to Mach 0.79?
You have free speed, so you can take any speed you want.
That's copied. Thanks, Shamrock 68 Romeo.
Right. Not sure if I could get used to that. Gritty Man says mouse scroll wheel works for me. Yeah, I mean, scroll wheel, it works fine, doesn't it? There's no real need to not use the scroll wheel or change it even. I was quite surprised to change it, but obviously it's for Xbox controllers, isn't it? Oh, yo, Daniel Knight. Apologies, I missed the host earlier on. Thank you very much for the host there on Twitch. Much appreciated, dude. Thank you very much. And welcome to the stream. Land O'Lakes, welcome to the chat, dude. How's she going? She's going pretty nice, actually. Pretty nice, I think. Currently on the climb up to flight level 430. And it's looking pretty nice, yeah.
Turn left, direct airbag to sheet airspace.
Yeah, very good indeed.
Turn left to Swiss airspace, Swiss Mike 66.
I confirm, turn left, direct airbag.
Right, guys. When we get to cruise, we'll have a look at the charts for the arrival. We've got a bit of flying to do before we get there, but it's pretty interesting, so we'll have a look through it.
bonsoir, expect vector for Zulu runway 15, descent for 12 1,
Making vector for Zulu 15 and descent departure 110, left to go.
Very nice frame rate though in this aircraft. Very nice. Right, so there we go. We've got 1,000 to go. Let's go VS 700s. I'm going to keep the power in climb. And we're going to start accelerating once we get the level off. Yo, Gritty did his first flight on VATSIM, dude. And he went from Kia, I'm not sure which one that is, to Atlanta. Fantastic, dude. How did it go? How did it go? Noob VATSIM question from the commentator. If you're climbing via a SID on Unicom, do you have to follow the altitude restrictions, and can you climb to cruise whenever you're ready? Assume the answer is yes to both. Okay, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, the answer is yes to both. The rule is generally to follow the altitude restrictions on the departure, but if, you know, there's not much traffic around, or, you know, you're communicating with other aircraft on Unicom to say that you're climbing, etc., and you're listening to other aircraft, and it's all good, you know, you could just clear yourself up to your cruising flight level straight away, and there's generally no issues with doing that. And yeah, I mean, it's at your discretion, really, I suppose, if it's not that busy. And I've never had an issue with it. On the majority of departures anyway, you will most likely get an extra climb clearance before you hit any of the constraints anyway, unless it's very, very busy, even when there is a controller on. So, yeah, no major issues in doing that. I flew from Bonn, Germany to Philly in the USA yesterday, UPS transatlantic flight. Wow, that is quite the journey there, Synchrony. Nicely done, dude. How did it go? How was your landing? Oh, you forgot the landing gear when landing, Gritty man. Oh no. Oh no. Oh well, at least you did the comms though. That's the main thing, right? But yeah, I remember my first flight on VATSIM when I actually did it, and it went well, and I was super happy with myself. I remember it fairly well. I think it was on stream actually, so there's probably a record of it, of me doing that somewhere on the channel. Yeah, it seems like George is the same as well. Fantastic. Very good.
128050, Swiss Mike 66. Thank you.
Sometimes I've departed. Yeah, sometimes, but I've departed a couple of times and haven't been cleared to an altitude or told to climb via the SID, so I just climb via the SID and then climb to cruise. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, if you follow the altitude constraints on the SID, you can't really do anything wrong. And climb via the SID is not really used that commonly in Europe, you'll find. And that's more of a US type thing. When you're flying in the US, climb via the SID. So it's not always the case that you get told to climb via the SID. And sometimes you'll just get, rather than climb via the SID, you'll get a initial climb clearance, mainly in Europe, is what I've found. Like, for example, on our departure today, we had an initial climb clearance of 5,000, and you know, we didn't hear the words climb via the SID at all, really. It was just initial climb and then the SID name that we were departing on. It went well. I had to do a 360 for spacing. Always fun. Change runways in the MCDU. They changed runway 4 times? That's crazy. Was it really busy or something?
get the Kilo 4 kilo arrival and expect the...
When did I start on VATSIM? I don't know. Just over a year ago, maybe about a year and 4 months ago, something like that. I don't know exactly. I can tell you how many hours I've got though. I think it tells you on your profile, doesn't it? Time on VATSIM as a pilot, 286.85 hours. Less than I thought, actually. I do notice there is a difference between European and US ATC. Yeah, there is a pretty large difference, actually, in Europe and US. You'll probably find that the US controllers... Wait, how come I can't bring the throttles back? There we go. Alright. Let's just bring the power back a touch. There we go. That's nice speed, isn't it? Oh, we're still accelerating. There we go. That's better. All right. Yeah. So there is quite a big difference between European and US ATC. So generally speaking, well, not generally speaking. There's nothing really that general to say, but yeah, they just give their clearances. They give the clearances slightly different. The operations on the ground in some airports is slightly different. Some cases you'll be able to push back at your discretion rather than getting a clearance for it, and then you'll just request taxi. But yeah, they generally do say climb via the SIDS. They usually give an initial climb. They usually give the departure frequency on your clearance as well, rather than giving you it while you're in the air. And yeah, there's obviously a few of a little local to the US phraseology as well. So yeah, it is quite a lot different actually flying in the US on VATSIM. It's quite a bit different. And the US controllers, yeah, you're completely right. They do seem to speak as they speak so quickly. What's going on today with the weather? This is looking so strange, isn't it?
We'll call you back once we're back in the cockpit. Thank you. First 21 Echo ready for descent.
It was a great flight. I've seen a lot of land. I've never seen before. Flying over Germany, 14k, then up over the UK and then Ireland. It was a nice experience. Very good, very good. Sunrise takeoff as well. Fantastic, dude. That sounds very nice indeed.
Turn right, heading 2-3, turn right.
Just remember what gate you're at in the UK. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're very keen to make sure that you always state the gate whenever you're requesting a clearance and a startup. Yep, definitely are. Yeah, and that's another thing as well, actually. The UK has quite a few different phraseology quirks versus the rest of Europe as well. So, for example, in the UK, they have the lineup clearance, which is behind the arriving company A320 Neo via Alpha 1, lineup runway 23 left behind. And you have to say it back exactly in that order. It's quite difficult to remember. And I don't think I haven't heard anyone ever do that in any other European country except for the UK. Landing was a -155 for your first 747. Fantastic, dude. Sounds like butter, mate. Sounds like butter. It was a beginner's event. Oh, amazing, dude. You know, I was going to make a post about that, actually, but I forgot in the end. But, yeah, I saw there was a beginner's event going on VATSIM, and I was going to post it, but... Yeah, glad to see you participated in it. Or contact West Ramp who?
Looks 8362, descent at level 140.
Descent flight level 140, looks 8362.
Tell you what we'll do in this aircraft, because there's not that much going on the right hand side. We're gonna. We'll do that. That's a bit better, isn't it? Let's get in the back. Let's get in the back.
5777.
Let's go 5777 for Lufthansa 1548.
Very good question there, George. George asks, what inspired you to start live streaming flight sim? Well, I was already streaming before I started doing flight sim. Actually, I was streaming a game called Hunt Showdown. First-person shooter game, and yeah, I've been interested in aviation for a decent amount of time, for you know, a couple of years prior to the release of this flight sim, and then I saw this flight sim was coming out, and it just grabbed my attention really, because I mean, I wasn't aware of X-Plane or P3D or anything like that at the time, but yeah, I was already streaming beforehand, and then I just started streaming this, and I just really sort of got into everything to do with flying a plane. Something I've not really done before, and I haven't really been a serious flight simmer before either. So yeah, it just kind of stuck really. It was a bit of a you know, a niche, I suppose, and yeah, I mean it seemed to work quite well, so I just stuck with it. Hey Ramsey, welcome to the chat, dude. Hope you're doing well, mate. EU seems more easy, but maybe that's because I'm mostly watching EU streamers. Yeah, potentially, Gritty Man. I think it's really just down to what you're used to. If you start doing all your learning and you constantly fly in the US, it's probably very easy, to be honest. I mean, there was one point where I was flying in the US quite regularly on VATSIM, and you do pick it up quite quickly, because it's very much standardized in the US as well. You know, transition level is always 18,000, and pretty much all the controllers give everything in very much the same format. Whereas in Europe, there's little differences here and there, like I say, between the UK and other places. Zack Attack, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you. I've yeah, been okay, thank you. Yeah, thanks for asking. How you been doing? Oh, VATSIM server crashed. When was that? Was that during the event? So we're currently passing over France, guys. We're just south of Paris at the moment. Paris somewhere up here. Hey Ramsey, thanks for the 10 stars. Thank you very much, dudes. Michael, thank you very much for the follow on Facebook. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, like I say, I used to stream a game called Hunt Showdown, actually. And it's funny, actually, I was actually looking back at some of my older streams the other day. Quite amusing, actually. But yeah, if you want to, I'll show you guys. Why not? Why not? Let's see if I can find my clips here on Twitch. How do I find my clips here? Because I used to only originally stream on Twitch only as well.
Yeah, 2110, welcome, contact flight 128 at the moment. Contact Paris on 1 very decimal 8.
Like Twitch. See if I can find it. There's a really good clip. I've got a really good clip on my on my Twitch, but I can't find it. It's disappeared. Really? That was a really good clip.
Good evening, refuel flight level 3900. Shamrock 68 Romeo.
Really? Twitch, where's my clips at?
Have a good evening, Shamrock 68 Romeo.
This is one thing I always found difficult about Twitch. When your channel's live, you can't seem to access any of your recorded content. I'm on my video producer. Clips.
Descent time to 190 to be level at Barman for Kilo.
Really? Can't find it. Sorry, guys. I've got a clip of me dying very quickly.
Prime Center, good evening. Lufthansa 013.
I can't find anything else. Alright, let's just do this clip anyway. Let's do this clip.
15 full established 9 knots. Left there 255, contact the tower 180. Sorry, ciao.
Turn down the music a bit. This is in 720p as well, that's how old it is. You'll be able to see my old streaming setup as well. So if I bring up the fuzz pad, this is the game I used to stream. Look at the poor lighting.
Eta 49, contact the bar is 128. One.
You went for the rest, didn't you?
Eta 49, contact bar is
Bodying people. Let's go. Oh, I love Hunt Showdown. It is a good game. It's not an easy game, but it is very, very fun. I do still play it a lot as well. I'll show you guys one of my old streams as well. I mean, you guys can obviously go back and look at whatever the old streams are on the channel, but I was just watching it the other day, and it's so surprising actually, the difference in like the way my content is presented. Like just the way I speak and everything is just totally different. And I was just a bit surprised, I suppose, because I don't really feel like things have changed that much, but clearly has. I'm gonna try find an old stream. Right, let's go. I don't know. Which one do we want? Oh, here we go. Is that Ramsey? Oh, no, it's Eddie. Eddie, dude, thank you very much for the 30 stars. Much appreciated. Very generous. Thank you, mate. Thank you. All right, here we go. This is an old one here, guys. This is an old one. This should be amusing. This is an old flight sim one. Let's turn the volume up a bit here, and we'll bring up the fuzz pads. Here we are. I think we should be good now.
Hello, Bobby.
Hello. Okay, so whilst we wait for things to load up, still playing with the hair though. Yes, guys, as you can see, probably even worse than it is now back then. Look at this old CDU for the default A320. Oh, yeah. 6, 1, 2. It's so quiet as well. My voice is so quiet. 0.8. But like the tone of my voice and everything is just. Do anything. 0.2 for the taxi. As normal. Calculate that. why we've not been given any information from ATC, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to start descending. Very, very softly spoken. Very softly. And we've got the Fuzz Air livery that we haven't seen on the channel in a while. Very nice livery. I'm very proud of that one. Oh, look at this. We've got a bit of flying in the Baron. Let's do this. Is that the Baron? Change my reg plate. That always annoys me. Turn going on. Anyway, that's enough of that, guys. They're all on YouTube, though. If you want to go back and watch any of my old content, it's really not that great, but if you want to laugh. Eddie, hello, mate. Thank you very much for the 500 stars. Much appreciated, dude. That is very generous. Thank you very much, man. Welcome to the stream. Leon, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Nice private flight, indeed, indeed. Indeed, indeed. All right, let's catch up with the chat. All right, so Mariner said I would be a good controller. You think so? I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just there's something about controlling that's just never really like. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool, but something that's just never really drawn me towards it, really. So maybe one day when I have enough time to dedicate to it. The commentator asked, do I use OBS for my stream? Yes, I do indeed. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. But yeah, OBS, all on OBS Studio.
Expect 150 at Bravo Mama, report for descent. Expect 510.
Did I hear about Ryan Watt leaving YouTube? No, I didn't know. I don't know who Ryan Watt is, to be quite honest with you. Don't know who Ryan Watt is.
Bravo, contact to Brighton 129-575.
Always great when new people join the flight sim and aviation community. It certainly is, and it's a really, really great community, to be honest. I think it's probably the best sort of. I know people don't like to call it a game or a gaming community or whatever, but I think out of all the gaming communities out there, this is by far the most friendly, welcoming, and knowledgeable community out there. I've been pretty heavily involved in quite a few games in the past. I do tend to just play sort of one game at a time and get really into it. And out of all the gaming communities I've ever come across, I think the flight sim community is by far the most welcoming, and it's just nice. Sunny Stanny, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good evening to you. Good evening. Oh, that disappeared straight away, didn't it? Good evening. More of a nerves thing starting out. Yeah, definitely synchrony. I remember being extremely nervous before I made my first call. But yeah, I mean, I would recommend to anyone do some beginners events. Find the beginners events on VATSIM. Go on my VATSIM, click on events, look at the calendar, look for the beginners events, and they're going to get your confidence up quite a lot. Because I did a beginners event before I went on VATSIM or iVow, and that was really, really good for my confidence. And I would recommend going on to trying iVow as well, because iVow, although it's the same theoretically, although it is basically the same as VATSIM, it does feel a little bit more relaxed on iVow. So I might recommend checking that out as well. The commentator says, I decided to stream myself flying my second VATSIM flight just to up the pressure. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I think one of my first 3 flights was on stream as well, and yeah, it makes things quite a bit more difficult, doesn't it? But I tended not to just waffle on for ages like I do now, so I didn't really miss any calls back then, so it was actually not too terrible. George Lumpkin says, my dad worked for Airbus before retiring. My childhood was spent watching planes at Bristol, attending Airbus air shows at Filton, watching Airbus wing bending stress tests. That's brilliant. That's so cool. That's so cool. I would love to see Airbus bending the wings and stuff like that. That's really cool. You want to do cross the pond, so you need practice. Yeah. I've never done cross the pond. I actually missed it this year, just gone. Hopefully do it next year. However, they're doing a cross the land event fairly soon, which is similar. Obviously, you don't have to do the North Atlantic crossing, but obviously it's still quite a long haul event. That should be quite cool. But, well, actually, having said that, I think it's completely booked up already. British Avgeek actually recently did a good video as well on Atlantic crossings. Oh, we're 1 mile away from our top of descents. We've gone past it. I'm going to just arm the VNav. Oh, we'll go to VALTS anyway, that's fine.
Speedbird 32 Charlie approaching top descent. Yes, we ran the speed with Charlie. Descent flight level 320, Speedbird 32 Charlie.
Golf Zulu Zulu is ready for descent.
Golf Zulu Zulu, descent flight level 300.
Descent 300 Golf Zulu Zulu. Alright, let's go. Alright, so we're going to go 300. And as you can see, path is crossed out there, so we've not currently caught the vertical path, so we're just going to use vertical speeds. We'll bring the throttles back. Oh, that music's gotten a bit loud, hasn't it? So we'll use vertical speeds, and we'll put the vertical speed right in the pink donut there. And I'm going to just bring the throttles back. And hopefully we should be able to recapture the verticals path. So we've got VVS, 2000, Alt-S, and path.
Contrôle, bonsoir monsieur, Kingfisher de 2, nous sommes au niveau 180 pour le niveau de 40.
Kingfisher de 2, bon.
Manacle. I don't know about that. That was only a couple of years ago. I was still old. I was still over 30. Good old Hunt Showdown synchrony. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, Hunt Showdown. Great fun. Absolutely love it. EFT is one of your favourites. Oh, I never really got into that. It looks like a big time sink. Well, Flight Sim is a time sink, but EFT just as much, I think. It's almost like a survival simulator is EFT, isn't it, really? It's very, very in-depth. Yeah, Gritty Man, I used to keep my hair quite long, actually. And I think that was in lockdown as well, so I couldn't actually go and get my hair cut. Flying is more fun, yeah. Flying certainly doesn't make me as salty as playing Hunt Showdown, let's say. Oh, YouTube CEO of Gaming, right. No, didn't know that, Gritty. No, I didn't. That's interesting, actually, because that could possibly impact the channel here. I'll have to do a bit of a read into that, I think. Top of descent, yes, Chris. I think we just about made it there. Just about. So we should hopefully recapture the vertical path here at some point soon. Alright, guys, we need to do a bit of a briefing, don't we, for the arrival. which we haven't looked at yet. So let's go ahead and do that now. Just get the charts ready, and then we'll switch over and do it on the fuzz pad. Right, okay guys, let's have a look then on the fuzz pad. So, here's a chart. We're going to be doing the descent flight level 190, Golf Zulu. Beautiful, we've got extra clearance there, fantastic. We'll probably get switched over to London Control fairly shortly, I think. Okay, so we're going to be doing the SOVAT 1 Charlie, which is going to bring us in at SOVAT, then Orbx max 250 knots, VAP max 250 knots there again, and then Godlu, flight level 100 is a required altitude. I'm just going to make sure that is in, which it is. That's great stuff, and then 210 knots there as well, so I'm going to put that in to the CDU. And 250 from SOVAT. Not from SOVAT, sorry. Orbx. So that's the arrival then. We'll get to Godlu. Transition level by ATC. Probably be around 7,500 feet, I imagine. I don't think there is an ATIS for London City, unfortunately. There isn't, so we can't get an ATIS. We can't get an ATIS. We're still not capturing the vertical path here. What I'm going to do is just increase the vertical speed by a little bit here. See if we can recapture the VNAV profile. So from Godlu, we are going to transition onto the ILS for runway 27. Right, as you can see, this chart is quite a complicated one. We've got a lot of stuff going on here, but it's basically because of all of the buildings in London, and there's a lot of these blue zones, which are special flight rules areas. I think we covered that actually when we did Queenstown. Now, let's have a quick look here. So we want the RNAV transition. We want the RNAV transition for Godlu that starts at Godlu. Which transition did I select? Godlu. Oh, okay, that's for runway 09. So this is the one we need. So come in at Godlu, required altitude of 100, flight level 100, max 210 knots. Come down to LMIV, and then over to Ravsa, which is also at 6,000 feet required altitude. Oh no, sorry, but that's not the way we're going. We actually go all the way up here, don't we? We go Godlu, LMIV, and then LCE 11, LCE 12, LCE 13, which is required altitude of 10,000 feet again. So that's going to be a level flight all the way along there. Then a left turn inbound to Ravsa, which is 6,000 feet. And then Gap Gi, which is also 6,000 feet. And then LCE 07, which is 4,000 feet. And Topdu, again, max 210 knots. And then Lavno, required altitude of 3,185 knots on the speed. 129.425 for Golf Zulu Zulu. Thank you, have a good evening. 29425. Okay, so that's all in. Oh, look at these clouds. They look good, don't they? There we go. We're capturing the... We've recaptured the vertical path there. You can see we've got V path. And we're on the magenta star. Looking good. Okay. So we've got 10,000 magenta there, which is also fine. London Control, very good evening. Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu, descending to flight level 190, inbound Ratuk.
Golf 4 for uniform Zulu, London Control. Hello, Solarfarms 1 Charlie, for runway 270, descent flight level 100.
Solvat 1 Charlie, runway 277, flight level 100. Golf Foxtrot uniform, Zulu.
Gearing 7 Whiskey Tango, Unicom now 122 decimal 8, bye-bye.
Gearing 7 Whiskey Tango, 122 decimal 8, bye-bye.
There we go, we've got 10,000 in. Solvat 1 Charlie, which is what we planned for, so that's fine.
236, London Control, climb now, flight level.
Oh, my apologies, guys. The tablet was still up. Okay, so not much changed in here. We've just basically recaptured the vertical path here. You see we've got V path and alts now. We've got the magenta star here, so we're actually on the VNav profile now. And on top of that, all we did was just go into the legs page here and just make sure all the restrictions are in. So as we said earlier on, we've got 250 at Urkex, which is here, 250, 210 and 10,000 at Godlu, or flight level 100, and then same again, and on and on. So these are all in, that's all fine. And then as you can see, for the final approach here on the ILS, 5.4 degrees. We didn't actually brief the ILS, did we? So we'll do that now. I think I just got distracted there by ATC. Yeah, so coming back to the charts here, we're going to do the ILS for runway 27. The controller just confirmed that as well. So, localizer frequency is 111.15. Let's just make sure that is actually in. It isn't, so we'll put it in now. That's in. The final approach course is 272 degrees. Airport elevation is 19 feet above sea level. MSA is 2,100 is the lowest, 2,300 is the highest. Transition level we don't actually know because of there's no 80s. And then the ILS itself is a very interesting one. I don't know if you guys have flown this in the sim, but it's very, very interesting indeed. It is a fairly straightforward ILS. You come in at 3,000 feet at 5 miles. But the thing that makes this difference is the descent angle. As you can see down here, it's 5.5 degrees, so it is very, very steep compared to the normal 3 degrees. And our minimums, we are Cat B aircraft. So let's see which one is going to work for us.
London Control is there, Canada 848 out of 167, descending to crossback 140. Good evening.
There's so much information on this chart. It's actually quite difficult to read. Okay, so we'll use this first minimums. Actually, no, wait. I can't find this one. Oh, it's here. It's here. Okay. There we go. So, yeah, we'll go for this section here. You can see missed approach, climb gradient, minimum 3.5%. We shouldn't have an issue with that in this aircraft. So we're going to use the minimums of 520 feet there. And then once we arrive at the airport, it's fairly straightforward. We'll probably leave at Echo or Delta and then just taxi to the West Apron, which is usually where the BizJets park, I believe. That's all in. Great stuff. So the ILS is tuned. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and get our minimums in. So we'll bring up the PFD menu. Can you select it through here? Refs menu. There we go. So refs menu. down to barrel ref minimums, and then we're going to set that to 520. So that's set. What we'll also do as well is we'll do our performance for the landing. So we'll go back to perf approach, and we'll just grab a quick METAR. So EGLC. So winds are 300 at 5 knots, so fairly light winds. Temperature is 2 degrees, and the QNH is 1035.
Descent flight level 120, free speedbird 32 Charlie.
Apparently that gives us a pressure altitude of minus 620 feet. Okay, that's fine. That's probably correct. Anti-ice is going to be on, and we'll send. So our VAP 107, VREF 100. So pretty good. What we're going to do is when we come in for the approach is we will be configuring before we start down the glide slope, because like I say, it is that steep gradient, so we'll need to make sure we're fully configured. We've got all the drag out, and once we start descending, oh look, a ship. I installed a mod to add in some more ships actually recently, so that's why I'm pointing it out.
Thanks for the ATC and have a good evening, Shamrock 68 Romeo. Year 2, break round 14 Delta Romeo, turn left heading 350.
Deadhead, welcome to the chat, dude. I hope you're doing well. Welcome.
Right now, 1 Delta Romeo.
Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Escape from Tarkov, very in-depth in terms of gameplay. Only play it every now and again. Yeah, it is very in-depth, isn't it? The healing as well looks kind of crazy in it, but it does look like fun, actually. It looks like a game I would enjoy, but I just don't have the time for it. Tomorrow's end of UK lockdown. Well, they're releasing... They're reducing all the restrictions, basically. We haven't been in lockdown for a little while now, but... yeah, they're easing all the restrictions basically in terms of wearing masks and stuff, I think.
Canada 848, contact Heathrow director 119 at decimal 725.
YouTube will add NFTs and live shopping. Interesting. That's actually quite interesting. I've thought about doing some NFTs actually for my photography work, so that could be quite interesting. G-Fuzz, brilliant. Yeah, indeed. that's the. Oh, we got a check speed message. Okay, that's because we're about to go through Godlu. So I'm just going to idle the throttles. Oh, and it pops up there. That's very good, isn't it? Oh, Nige B in disguise. Okay, dude. Nice. Well, welcome on Twitch anyway. Welcome. Alright, we're on the descent, guys. We're probably not going to get any further clearance past 10,000 because of the arrival, as I mentioned earlier on. We're going to have some level flight for a while. We might even get a direct here, to be fair. Depends how busy it is, I suppose. So speeds come back to 200.
Altitude.
Say again for Golf Zulu to do?
Lavno 1 Golf transition.
Lavno 1 Golf transition is in the box for Golf Zulu to do.
Easy 168, like descend to altitude 5,000 feet. You are creating conflict with other aircraft.
Great stuff. He's given us our transition. We're slowing down to 210 knots, which is the speed required for Godlu here. Great stuff. We're doing well. We're about to level off though. The alt cap.
Okay, if I can help with anything, let me know. And if you can follow any of my instructions, let me know.
Alright, we'll get the pulse lights on, passenger lights and logo lights and landing lights on as we're about to come through. Well, we're at 10,000. So, it's level flight for a little while here. Just coming over the southeast of the UK here, looking very nice actually. The satellite imagery is very good. Ah, that's another one as well for the UK. That's another one with the UK that I don't hear anyone else. Once established on the localizer, descend on the glide path. And sometimes they'll just say establish on the localizer, but they won't say descend on the glide path. Direct RAVSA, descend flight level 70, Golf Zulu Zulu. Oh, great, we got a nice little direct there. So we're going down to 7,000. We'll put in VS. We'll put in VS 1,000. And we're going to go direct to RAVSA. So nice little cut off the corner there in terms of the transition. So we'll execute that. And it should recalculate the VNAV for us, I think. So if we go back to VNAV now, which I always lose the button for. There we go. There we go. We've got VS. Oh, I didn't disable it, did I? So we've got VVS. Path is armed. Oh, it's because we're too low. Okay, so if I reduce my rate of descent to 500 feet per minute, we should recapture that. Just watching the speed here. We want to be about 210 knots. Patrick, good evening, dude. Welcome.
London Control, EZ315 at 4,000 feet and frame 1 mic departure.
Very nice. Very nice views. Got a couple of solar farms down there. I installed a mod that apparently puts in the solar farms, but it doesn't seem to have worked there.
London Control, good evening. Listener 25 Romeo Tango, Flight 380 inbound Zurich.
Right.
Okay, so Unicom and then 119 and then 725 and goodbye.
What's better? What's better? Does this work in this aircraft actually putting on this side? That actually does work okay, doesn't it? Let's see, what's my landing view like? I think that's better, isn't it? That's better. Just keeping my eye on the speed here. So the constraint at RAVSA is actually 6,000, so I'm surprised he only cleared us down to 7,000, but maybe he'll give us more clearance momentarily. Mozart, welcome to the chat. Hello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Just on the approach here into London City, tuning in at a fantastic time. Here's the Thames estuary. Wind farm out there. Are there any boats? Oh, there's a boat down there. There's a boat down there. Is that a solar farm that's rendered in properly? It's not. It doesn't look like it has. Oh, a few boats down there, actually. Alright, here comes the Magenta Star. We could put TCAS 2 below here, or we should do, really.
What's happening there?
Oh dear, someone's being told off. Alright, there we go. We recaptured the path and we're descending in. We've only got 800 feet to go.
Okay, if you've lost power,
Oh, I didn't even have my traffic display on the whole time. God damn it. Look, there we go. There's an aircraft. Love it. Very nice. And another one up there. The TCAS display is very good on the CJ4. It's very clear to see.
What's your ISO 57 for 906 Quebec?
NEZ 168, can you resume on navigation or do you require heading still?
What boat mod am I using? It's just on flightsim.to. I can't remember the name of it, but it's on their homepage, I think. It's one of the featured mods.
London Control, good evening, Easy 687, passing 7,000 feet.
Easy 687, the initial climb is 4,000. Next time, look at it at final, but we have it for a reason. Climb now, flight level 100.
Very nice views here. Little fluffy clouds. Got Zulu Zulu ready for further descent.
Go Zulu Zulu, be altitude with a short-lived break at area 461, but established localized with 26 left descent with a glide.
We're establishing the localized descent with the glide past Siberia 461.
Easy 168, climb flight level 240.
Can I show the graphics settings? Not right now, no. We're just on VATSIM and we're on an approach here. But graphics settings are mainly high with a few ultra and a few on medium.
London, good evening, guitar 19.
I can show them afterwards, but we can't show it now, unfortunately.
9087, London Control, have it.
Okay, so we are a bit high now.
Golf Zulu Zulu with the transition descent altitude 3,000 feet, the city QNH 1035.
Descent to 3,000 with the transition QNH 1035, Golf Zulu Zulu. Okay, there we go.
87, redirect Brooklands Park.
Let's go VVS 1000. Bring the throttles back a bit. QNH 1035 will get set. You can actually nicely set that without actually changing it from standard, which is very good. So we're descending with the transition, which basically means to adhere to the constraints. So gap key was a required altitude of 6,000, so we are still high, but that's not our fault. But we can try and get back on to the path there. Check loc tuning. 11115 is correct. There we go. We've got the ghost needles there as well. Fantastic. Okay, so basically straight line now to the airfield. Let's see. Can we see it? No, we can't. Let's turn the anti-ice on. Okay, so path is armed. I'm going to give us a little bit more VS here just to see if we can recapture that path there. There we go, V path. So we've got 4,000 in pink, which we will have to adhere to as he told us to. Alright, so checklists. Cruise checklist is complete. Descent checklist. Pressurization is checked. Ice protection is as required. Altimeters are set. Exterior lights as required. Approach checklist. Landing data is confirmed. Crew briefing is complete. Avionics are checked. Minimums are set to 520. Fuel transit not required. London Control's gone offline, so we'll go to 228. One thing I do like about this CDU is on the tune page, you don't have to put a decimal between your frequencies. You can just put 228, for example, without putting the 1 even. Some frequencies you need to put a 1, but most, if it's not got a 3 digits on the end, if it's just a 0 at the end, you can mostly just put in 228 or 2285 or something like that. It's really, really nice and handy. So exterior lights as required. Ice protection as is set. And everything else will actually get completed on the way down. Oh no, this is the same one. Okay, so approach checklist. It does say flaps for 15 degrees, but I think it's probably a bit early for that just now. I'm just going to idle the throttles, and we will go for flaps 15 once we can. Passenger briefing is complete. Seats are upright and outboard. Seat belts adjusted. Passenger lights are on. Pressurization, we're not going to check that because it's not simulated. So that is the approach checklist complete. And before landing checklist, we will be completing as we come in for the landing there. So we'll close that off, and come back to here. So come down to 190 knots now. Let's go to flaps 15. Flaps 15 is set. as you can see, flaps 15 indicating. We'll go to approach mode now. So we've got approach lock 1. Lock 1 is captured, and we're on the green needles now. Glide slope is armed. And we're still on the V path though until we actually intercept the glide slope. So looking pretty good. Flaps 15 is set. Speed restriction at top do is 210 knots, and then Lavno is 185 knots. So we've already slowed down nicely for that. So no issues at all there. No visibility of the airfield just yet. Still a little ways out. Altitude is capturing. 3,000 feet is required at Lavno. So we're just going to continue at this altitude. That is also the intercept for the ILS. So just going to continue as we are. So we will only start down on the ILS at 5 miles, so we've still got 8 miles to go. So this is going to be a little bit of a slow approach here. Have a look, see if we can see the flaps. Can't really see them, can you? This is looking very nice though, isn't it? Coming into London, and oh, look at all the Powerlines. That's a new mod I installed as well. The Powerlines mod. They look pretty good, don't they, actually? So I can feel my frame rate slowly dying here as we come into London. Nephelius, thank you very much, dude. That's the one. That's the one that I got. That is the one. Yeah, appreciate that, Nephelius. So if anyone else was wondering in the chat, it's Global AI Ship Traffic MSFS version 2 on flightsim.to for the boat mod. Should be getting a large update in the future as well, apparently. Very good, very good. Flying to St. Petersburg, fantastic Mozart. Yeah, I've flown into there quite a long time ago now. Very good, very enjoyable. Paul says his frame rate goes bonkers over London. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's because of, excuse me, it's because of all the photogrammetry and just high density of everything. I've also got the London City landmarks pack installed as well. Look at this power line going along there. That looks pretty good, actually. I mean, it's kind of looks a bit weird because of the low visibility. It kind of stands out a bit, but like you can see these through the clouds. But that is quite cool, actually. That is quite cool. Okay, so we're just coming to 3,000 feet. We're on a very, very slow descent here. London City traffic, Golf Foxtrot Uniform Zulu is on approach for runway 27 for the ILS, and we're 7 miles out from the runway. London City traffic. Okay, so we're going to capture the ILS in 1.5 miles. We've got VALTs. Glide slope is still armed. Glide slope is going to come down momentarily. I'm going to just idle the throttles here, and we're going to attempt to get flaps 35 out before we start down. So we'll go gear down. Glide slope's coming down, and there we go. Glide slope capture. Let's now go to flaps 35. Well, when we get to 160 knots, we will. But as you can see, oh, we're just going to make it. We're just going to make it. There we go. Flaps 35. And we're going to put a little bit of throttle in because flaps 35 is very draggy in this aircraft. Not too much throttle, though. We do still want to slow down. All right, here we go. 4 miles to go. And we are good to land, I think. Fully configured. Signs are on. Lights are on. Everything's looking good. We're coming through the clouds. As you can see, descent rate on this ILS, 1,200 feet per minute at the current speeds. Very steep ILS. Fantastic looking aircraft, this, isn't it? Oh! Replay. I remembered. Record. It's recording. I'm using an external application as well today, guys, so hopefully it won't go wrong. Here we go. It's a shame we're not doing the opposite runway. That's far more scenic. You get to fly right over Canary Wharf. Okay, so we're slowing down to our VREF speeds. There's the runway in sight. As you can see, we look very high, but we are on the glide slope. London City traffic, Golf Zulu is on short final, 1.7 miles, London City traffic. All right, here we go, guys. Let's do this thing. So we're at VREF speeds. Let's do it.
Autopilot.
Autopilot is disconnected. Your damper is also, well, it's never on apparently. Your damper is disconnected. Let's go.
500.
Just going to idle the throttles here because we've just managed to get ourselves a bit high by pressing the yaw damper.
Minimums.
Continue. Yeah, Pappy's not really paying attention at this point, just looking visually. Oh, bit of a float there. Not good. And we're down. Spoilers. There we go, and onto the brakes. I really need to work on the sensitivities for my rudder pedals. They seem all over the place at the moment. There we go, spoilers are in. And we'll get the flaps up as well. Turn the flight directors off. There we go, beautiful. And exiting the runway nicely at the end here. We'll turn the landing lights off. Put the taxi lights on. Oh. Should really pay attention to what I'm doing as well. Beautiful. That was pretty nice. Little float there, unfortunately. I thought I was absolutely going to nail that for a second there, but I just pulled a little bit too hard. But there we go. We're heading down here to the west apron. You can see the main terminal building over here to the left. This is the Orbx scenery for London City, which is very, very nice. Only shame about it is these ground markings are a bit blurry, aren't they? But I imagine that's because this was one of the first airports released for this sim, and I imagine it's probably just a port over from elsewhere. Apparently the pulse lights are still on. There we go. Alright, here we are at London City, guys. Welcome. As you can see, we've got some kind of football stadium over there. I always forget which one that is. It's very, very cool being down here on the ground. Very much does feel like you're in the middle of a city. And we'll come over here to the west apron. I don't know if there's really too much of a parking system over here, but we'll see. Why are those lights flashing? I'm sure I turned the pulse lights off. Is that just a normal taxi light? I'll turn the taxi lights off now anyway. We don't need them on. And the strobe lights we should have turned off. For some reason I keep neglecting the strobe lights button in this aircraft. Turn the pitot heat and the engine anti-ice off as well. And here we are. Like I say, I don't think there's any too much of a rhyme or reason to the parking situation in this area. But we're going to just try and get it on this line anyway. Why not? That'll do. Oh, apparently this is a fuel stand as well. So I'll set the parking brake. Set the parking brake and stop the replay. And we'll shut down the engines. So left engine to stop and right engine to stop. Turn the beacon light off. Passenger lights off. Climate control off. Clear these cautions. Come to index and not do anything actually. And there we go. Here we are, guys. We're at I believe this is actually an executive terminal or something. Private jet centre, London City Airport. There we go. Sorry for the wonky camera. And there we go. There we have it, guys. What was the feet per minute on that? What was the feet per minute? 96. I'll take that. I'll take that. It's not my best in the CJ4, but not bad nevertheless, was it? Not bad nevertheless. All right, let's just very quickly then do a parking checklist if there is one. Let's see. After landing checklist, speed brakes are 0, flaps are 0, P2 static heat off, ice protection off, radar. Oh, we didn't turn that off. Radars are off. Oh, and on this side as well. Exterior lights as required. After landing checklist complete. There we have it. Beautiful. This is such a cool location for an airport, isn't it? Really, though. Isn't it? You've got your travel lodge there. I like how they modelled that in. That's very, very cool. And that the sugar factory over there as well. Very cool. And that's us. And there's London, which we couldn't really see on the way in because the visibility was not that great, was it? But very good. The skyline looks pretty cool from this angle, I will say. All right, let's have a look at the replay then, guys. What is going on? I actually remembered to do the replay for once. Holy crap. Play.
Altitude.
There we go. We've already got the flaps 35 down. All right, great stuff. Let's watch the replay. Let's see. Did I miss any messages here? That was too easy. Nice job. Thank you very much, Leon. Yeah, it was quite good. Oh, I'm still on VATSIM. Probably best disconnect before I do the replay. What a beauty flyer at jet flight. Yeah, really, really good. Yeah, yeah. I think the flying into London City is so good in a biz jet, I think. Gene, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. I'm just actually about to wrap up, so thanks for the offer though. But yeah, maybe next time.
500.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Coming in for the landing. Look at the detail on these landing gear as well. That is very impressive, isn't it? A few yachts down here, looking very nice. Landing lights in the dock there. I'm not sure that's entirely accurate, but there we go. Got a little bit off center line here. Had to bring it back round. CJ4, very nice to control though. So flaring here, and there's the float. Let's see how far we floated. Quite far, but this thing does stop in pretty sharp order, so not too much of a worry in this aircraft. Nose wheel's still up. Look at that moving just freely. And there it is down. Little puff of smoke. Very good, very good. What airport? This is London City Airport.
Altitude.
Let's see that again from the side. Really nice landing. Yeah, I put in a lot of nose down trim there as well. I was surprised the nose stayed up like that. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame I didn't land in right in the touchdown zone there, because I actually came over the threshold quite low. So had a very good chance of easily touching in the touchdown zone then. But it was a nice landing nevertheless, I think. I mean, it works. It works. This thing does stop very quickly when you get on the brakes, so not really a big concern. Let's see, is there another view from the other side? There we go, that'll do.
Altitude.
Here we are. see the ailerons there as well. Very nice. Of course, the speed brakes on this aircraft though are completely manual. I don't know if you guys noticed on the camera that you have to put the speed brakes out yourself. No reverse thrust either. You see how low I was over there, over the threshold there? Very low. Oh my god, Chris. I'm so sorry, dude. Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have disconnected before I started the replay. I'm just used to X-Plane because when you start the replay on there, it just restarts. It just disconnects you automatically. So, my apologies, Chris. My apologies. Alright, let's go for a different camera here. This one's quite cool, isn't it? Look at the London skyline and everything there. That looks really cool, doesn't it?
Minimum.
Yeah, I'm a bit sad I didn't put it in the touchdown zone then because I was so close to getting that perfectly. Like, look at that. Let's go back to spoilers. I love the animation on these. It looks so realistic. Alright, so if we go back to here and then we rewind it. If we put the playback speed at 10%, or if we put it at 25%. Okay, so coming over the threshold. There. Let's see how high I was. 10 feet. 10 feet. Which is obviously lower than you should be really coming over the threshold, but with this being a unique approach, I decided to come in to give myself a higher rate of descent and then come in a little bit lower right on the very end there, because we were visual. But 10 feet, that's even more gutting, to be honest, because if you look here, coming down, I'm already into the flare here. I probably flared too early. That's probably my issue. And then, look, there we go. Now we're floating. So we just started the float there, just at the end of the touch, just right in the touchdown zone. And then we kept floating. So that's 500 feet. And then probably about another 500 feet, I'd say. So we'll probably touch down where we would normally touch down on a much longer runway. But, yeah, I mean, it's not too bad, is it? It's not too bad. Is it Flight Recorder that I'm using? No, it's not, actually. I'm using Sky Dolly today. I've never really used this one before. I used it in the past quite a while ago, but... yeah, I thought I'd just give this one a try and see how it is. It's quite nice how you can change the playback speed.
Altitude.
Let's have a quick look then on the fuzz pad and see what that's all about. So, bring the fuzz pad up. And it seems to be logging all the landings via some in the replay here. Let's have a look. So, 1.07 G, 96 feet per minute, 90 knots was the speed. So we were a bit slow there, actually. You know, we should have landed at about, well, it was bang on 100 knots, the VREF speed, wasn't it? So, a bit slow, but that's because of the flare, really. We lost the speed in the flare. And then if we look at the landing reports, if it's going to load, there it is. So, on this satellite imagery, it's got an extra line there. So, the scenery we're using actually only has this. It only has the aiming point, and then the... and then this one. It doesn't have this one. But anyway, there we go. That answers my question. So I was right. Just over 500 feet. Just over 1,000 feet extra. But, I mean, we did it. It was fine. We stopped in very good order. Left of the centre line by 12 feet. So, yeah, pretty good, really. I mean, CJ4 is quite a nice aircraft to land, really. Quite satisfying, quite easy, actually. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. I would have really loved to touch down right on this marker here, because that would have been an absolutely god-tier landing, but we can't have it all the time, can we? So there we go, guys. Let's switch over to a passenger view here. We've seen all the other views. Let's try a bit of this, actually. We'll come to the back. And we're going to switch on over. We're going to rewind the replay a bit. There we go. Beautiful. All right, guys. Well, that is probably going to be... Well, that is going to be it from me for today. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Not flown the CJ4 for a little while on the stream. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Really satisfying aircraft to fly. Highly recommend giving it a go if you've not tried it already. Very cool. You can get some... It is an absolute butter machine, to be fair. It's very nice to do some soft landings in if that's what you like. And just hand flying it is feels so good. Feels so good. And the systems depth is pretty good there as well. The CDU and, you know, it's got fully working coupled VNAV, and it just works nice. It just works really nice, as you guys could see, except for that issue we had with flight level change at the start of the stream. But I think that's probably more to do with I'm using X's and O's to bind the flight level change command to my joystick. Whoa, look at that. I've never noticed that before. Look at that.
Minimums.
Look at the static wicks. Oh, no, it's because they're attached to the aileron. That's why. I thought they were bending in the wind, but they're not. They're attached to the aileron. So, yeah, recommend the CJ4 if you're not giving it a go already. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in, as always. I hope you guys have enjoyed today. It's been a pleasure. You know, apologies if, you know, it's been, you know, my energy levels a little bit lower than what they normally are. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed anyway. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you to everyone who's supported the stream with tips. So, Eddie, thank you very much, and Ramsey for your stars, as well as Thomas Rask, the absolute legend, coming in with that £10 tip earlier on as well. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed, like I say. Oh, Chris says great approach and landing. Yeah, so much fun to fly. It stops on a dime as well. Yeah, really does, doesn't it? It's fantastic. It's fantastic. But yeah, guys, take it easy, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in once again, and I'll see you in the next one. Next stream should be on, all being well, Thursday night. There's also, if you guys were unaware, there's also a Twitch stream. Well, there's just Microsoft Flight Simulator, Asobo. They're doing a stream tomorrow night. They're doing a Q&A session for Microsoft Flight Simulator, so should be pretty interesting. They're probably going to have some new stuff to announce, having, you know, because the last one we had now was back in November, I think, because before the holidays. So yeah, it should be a pretty interesting one to watch. Hopefully I'll see you in the chat there on the Microsoft Flight Simulator official stream. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys again on Thursday. Hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
tired of intros.